let's talk about when it comes to the second biggest opposition party in parliament is concerned. Samajwadi Party has come out to target the BJP, calling it as not a clever but a cunning way, claiming that people will not fall for it. Let's put out Akhilesh Yadav's post there, because he's now calling this women reservation bill to be a black document of the BJP and their allies. And he is now been saying that this is its latest deception, which in fact is a secret plan of cunning people. Akhilesh Yadav calls it as it harbors a conspiracy to permanently weaken the women of backward and Dalit society, and a Chakravyu that is now being woven to deprive them of their true public representation, and the bill that is born out of frustration of defeat amongst the hegemony advocates and their exploitative, suppressive communal mindset towards women. And the women's reservation bill is nothing more than an anti-people gimmick. He further goes on to say that awakened women will not fall for their seduction and deceit, and saying that this bill will tear off the mask of the BJP's cunning politics. The more of the opposition to the BJP grows, the more such bills will come, which fundamental interest is to weaken continuously growing unity and solidarity of PDA, that is Pichhda, Dalit and Adivasi, and also to cling on power by any means in the BJP's running final months of its expiry date. Let's connect with Nyamika on this. Nyamika, a united opposition, how important is it actually to put up a united front in parliament as well? Because certain opposition parties appear to be fragmented as far as their opinion is concerned. But Samajwadi Party itself has now been calling the women quota bill to be a black document, something that the Congress Party has not said.
Well, Amita, on this issue of delimitation, the entire opposition is standing united. Yesterday only, there was a high-level meeting which was taking place at the residence of Congress President Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, in which even the Aam Aadmi Party and the TMC has also extended its support to the united stand, which is to vote against the delimitation bill. We have been saying this from a very long time, that the Congress Party has been planning this very clearly, that they will be trying to create a narrative that they are not against the women's reservation, as it was the demand which was being raised in 2023 as well, and that is what is being stated by many other opposition leaders today as well. If we talk about the Congress Party's General Secretary, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, he has also made this tweet today morning that the demand of the opposition is very simple, that the existing seats of 543, one-third of that should be reserved for women, and also there should be a sub-quota of SC, SC and OBC, which needs to be given in this reservation.
Gimmick is something what Akhilesh Yadav in his post has been saying. In some time from now, at the chambers in Parliament of Mallikarjun Kharge, we are looking at an opposition which will be meeting to chalk out their floor strategy, and a united front for them. Is it actually, possible and also important for them as far as in today's Parliament proceedings is concerned? Nyamika continues to be with us, because we talk about when it comes to the arguments and apprehension that would be tested inside Parliament over the course of the next 3 days. But outside the House, there is a far more volatile narrative that seems to be taking shape. As Nyamika pointed out, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has also warned of a government's plan to split Bengal through delimitation. And a party has now been calling this to be as a devious plot. And this rhetoric only gets dangerously weaponized when there are certain leaders in the opposition warning of revolution and a Manipur-like situation. Further amplification also comes in from Rahul Gandhi, who straight away is calling this move by the government to be anti-national, calling it now a new terminology that has now been coined as hissa chori.
प्रधानमंत्री आपकी भागीदारी आपसे छीन रहे हैं और आपको झूठ बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। जो मोदी जी चाहते हैं हो जाए, तो जो छोटे स्टेट्स हैं, साउथ के स्टेट्स हैं और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के स्टेट्स हैं, उनका रिप्रेजेंटेशन कम हो जाए, उनको भयंकर नुकसान होने वाला है, और मैं इसको एंटी नेशनल एक्टिविटी मानता हूं।
টুকরো টুকরো করে দেবে আপনাদের, বাংলাকে ভাগ করে দেবে 1 নম্বর, 2 নম্বরের পর এনআরসি করবে।
मुझे लगता है साउथ के अंदर इसको लेकर के आंदोलन हो जाएगा और देश में अविश्वास की भावना जगे, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है।
जिस तरह से दक्षिण के राज्यों ने इशारा दिया है केंद्र सरकार को, तो मुझे डर लगता है कि इस बहाने मणिपुर जैसी स्थिति दक्षिण के राज्य में न हो जाए।
Well, that seems to be as far as when it comes to the main challenge that lies in front of the opposition is to actually put up a united front. Because if we talk about the numbers and the two-third majority challenge is something that we have already explained when it comes to the numbers there that actually need a simple majority when it comes to the delimitation bill. Now, that is 271 and the NDA strength in the Lok Sabha is around 292. Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, the constitutional amendment that needs a two-third majority as well. And when it comes to the numbers there, Lok Sabha government that needs 360 and in the Rajya Sabha the government needs 163. However, this seems to be the numbers there. But when it comes to the numbers there, does it stack in favor or against the government? Because delimitation, however, has now appeared to be the principal flashpoint, with the opposition arguing that the exercise could actually skew the representation in favor of northern states. We'll get you more on that. Prime Minister's address also expected back after a short break.